Well, but mama, good evening. Yeah, kwa baba jaso jumedi. So we're live on OK 101.7 FMT and you made the night as a walande at the right spot because and next year issues be or no muso I was here to make I was here did that lumba nene irene abusuafo ne nsem no to nchen kakra na to make issues be a concern ye nyina because that lumba nene ire no whether or not ye be can be or ye can be or even the hype about it no abusuafo no can sort themselves out. To awunim so mo ya resourceful enough. Which lawyers a good training said my word no they can deal with their matter. And so case no can mean yanka Ghana for me no mienu. Yensua nyansam free mo. Now mo father near did tema the attack on the judges. I don't know baby a Ghana. Yensua says subani free when we feel like judge mima verdict na yentiasia. I was here could the judge natem could the concern efan home defame the judge, reduce her reputation. Are you serious? Say politicians na omo keka bi kire judges nti ye full embolden yen nti ye full se betimi akodidi ya judges yatem case bi akọ a ba ko be wini ba ko wini se mutu ni nyina akra mo release muko siki before the court no court betimi akaso be ma we de kakro be ma it depends on the particular facts of the case. Say the assembly here my reading judgment na say read bi we ne. And I don't understand that then a moody judge not so and I gonna for all of a sudden I feel you say ordinance our year there and ya worry mammy no worry ordinance or Ghana. Why if you worry or Ghana ordinance near Germany our year and yes minim our year formula back home. Ntimpacho obianko sua obianko po come TikTok and me public education obianko sua our year any. If for that matter, any legal issue be any one formula. In fact, law be a general provisions rule no. They assign creating exceptions. It's a multi-judge not them saying to the extent that and call for your voice note. And I judge in the crowd you be kunuda. And I judge in the crowd permanent if you are sorry. Me her leadership, media impatcho her leadership, my being quaint kakra impatcho. Ebeya. Those people who are attacking your reputation, identify them, report them to the IDP, let them be cited for publication of false news. Because you can't all the defamation crime, cite your more criminal offense, near dealing with them. And then about Ghana, politicians they eba. No more attacking judges, no more unanimous. No my I always complain, say, look. A broken judicial system pono ye kakra sense ye ni judicial system kro benya kangaroo court because Ghana your history we ya judgment by and na anti mama say wa lawyers so mo ko appeal no because there are rules and regulations and your judgment now won't ase any Ghanaian citizen be entitled so be ko appeal the here say wo ko appeal no what grounds for appeal no should be should be very sound in law. Because I never appeal the papa so any wa go Supreme Court of Appeal abeko court justice like say e justice 3 no cases so udu obehu smoothness level on tia say ho so now time the court Supreme Court e ho kra de e ho kra nya lawyer bia na etumi ko udu obehu level enti mesremo Ghana for ye Ghana for ukwa abroche any other country say you very high reputation ho muma ye nyai sebi abru sem predu asem class sem no obama judgment Obia can asem. I didn't start in politics. Obi can asem man young could be nene nyadin pe osi ekodi natem. And then ya near the afufro akọ judges so. Say judge ama judgment inti. Who crowns who a copy of judgment because and run in there and sign a judgment full details of the judgment about bonting. And to moody judge natem no. Among kind judgment ni bi. What court is a blogger and I got a judgment on tears yet. Because you will court and fan consent the case so. Any in fact me and you no case or court. Prove by the preponderance of a probability say what on our year. Ain't it I mean think of what it's so unfair and very disrespectful. Say you 2 years judge or babesia what's wo wabusuemu obi wo hono kwa wasua law ni bi poda to the extent that obekwa babe high court judge. Then you want to degrade this woman, bring her down. And now you're banning to move for some more rights and made in that man. Say Justice Tuguba, and uncle to a cabinet emom, Justice Tuguba election petition by from the corner to dinner them. I didn't know justice to go. How my judgment to say and elections Mahama na winning. Anka Mahama na another me no court no. Why not any case because a year then Bakube winning, Bakube lose. And in a high profile case like election petition, you can be just to go papa. And so case na mu na go for two money. Ekosi Justice Georgina Wood soon go for bedi na tem. Why are we doing that? Minim in the history of Ghana no. Eh funny you sua atem didie. That I was see so uncouth, so uncultured, so disrespectful. Say to be tea and not can some election petition who kind of more kafa Justice Georgina Wood on. If you see about to no na, yeah we cry they will see we live in a country where in the history of Ghana, you kumia judges. This is a country that should respect judges in the highest baby the blame the former President Rawlings. Say jai history this is the effect. Yeah, Ghana first now any form for no history. It was a major subject will be our history. And JSS by any history. An elective subject. This is what about arts 2 and now the end about elective history. And we need because Kolana bending in any history, you know. Or sorry, no, then I don't know 32. Could the judge be at my doesn't know the history of the judicial system. And in the history of Ghana, a governance system, the entire and when here say the judiciary no must be protected at all times. There be on tears yet. What is and Crawford judgment no my no, and yet it also became a judge natem. Already ye. Miss news no cry on kind po be kind headline pe on kind no or news started the judge natem. It's so terrible, says Sam George. Wait, me the entire I'm supporting Sam George can say social media for no the Omoya amendment or data protection cyber security act in the muno. I support Sam George because I tell the dear only disrespect, you know. And also, other countries they are able to block some channels. And this able to make an amendment or a law now the minister and even if it's not the minister, I emphasize to minimum data protection authority for. So if the data protection authority identifies a particular blogger, a particular TikToker, a particular one, a particular news chat, can some now can number one and you're not correct, and you're accurate. Number 2, it's not fair. Number 3, it's not balanced. Now, number 4, crown so asema can potential national security issue. Let's block your channel from reaching Ghana. Dubai for Obi. We must block it because we cannot continue like that. Yet the Drew Akesi anymore may politicizing a judges. Obi aboko Supreme Court we are no NDC or MPP near Kalano. Yet the Drew Court of Appeal say yet the Drew High Court. The Ayaka can dangerous so. Ghana for the Ayaka can dangerous. Say judge my judgment now on Tiasia. Make sure at least to some extent what judgment ni be. What can be answer? When the day election petitions, I'll be doing a brief of judgment, first a TikTok. So because the person California's higher education is just bad. It's just bad. That wouldn't be, But I also think that judiciary no answer no. And yet for the judges, but for the judicial service itself. Public education also I was somebody come with home. Because I say who's the NCC for Muniska. And the public education to me yet. And the judicial service itself, especially looking at the rates at which I are attacking mono. Most of them petika kakranto and I'm finding public education so much for at the role of the judiciary. Any a judiciary, the judges and lawyers and it's a whole big institution. And that institution must be protected because parliament bet me failing. The president and the executive can fail us. But judiciary at least we have hope say the other 2 arms of government will be restored. But the judiciary. So I just say we have no system. BBI broken. And on Abama politician to me I the open. It is very important. This is a very, very important subject. I was here can't want them. Why? Because Sada Lumba Casey, the biggest beneficiary should have been Ghana for. I will be able to take advantage of our if you are and I say ordinance our and I increment for the AB. how can you protect it? Oh, if you are your President Rollins, your law, see a bit to register. My register media now for extra security. Or register a crowd dance for one big. These are the opportunities that are available. What's here? Because our you must a contract. And I was said the terms of the contract. You must abide by the terms of the contract. And failure to abide by the terms of contract, it's not law not making accommodations. So when the terms and conditions of the our arena could divorce. It is a uja bemano, uja bano, a grounds for divorce, desertion. A bemano and I'm not wow 11, wow 12, wow 1, a unreasonable behavior, but to make that could divorce. Obama so ano na so na mabontin no no ode ne kwaku don sura to ne kon tokro bi obewura mu e unreasonable behavior obetimi ko divorce. Obama so obefa woto instead of anim ubetimi di na akokota akogina so unreasonable behavior no wagya no de gya ni nyina wo we mu na wo se nkiyesua no judge ni yekodi di natem na wodidi judge natem na be save you abroche for man na maso kana no kana ho ye mo wa no se judge ne se na judge na na se de judge ne patches ordinance aware masa a common law a marriage, you know. Abroche de fio. Besides, Kosibroni, before Kosibroni, the law, Abrofu, the civil marriage ordinance, Ebano. Na ye law, so you find customary law. Ya nana mo law, you Kosibroni never change answer. Ain't Kosibroni didn't dear buy, you know, but 2 years, no. Neyanso mamre just so no say ya mamre no. Awari ani ye mum yenu, the air on one dear, and the air on one dear, no, the bemanity. Still, that's the distinguishing feature. And yes, I'm not keke. Just to let you say, only ni pane betina. Namasaya mama for you know say, oh yeah, you kunu. Meanwhile, now you know what but you must live like husband and wife. Just during that. And you know this a law way bow. Law na Intimutina abrochefo na he said judge ne party say the ordinance our yen papa na judge na nkasa case be different cases be brebe to me follow a particular a precedent case ba judge be to kasa wa distinguishing where the particular a fact of case man ye soronko mesemo enipa reputation yen ton enipa din enidie no obuo yen ton wodwa so enka wo maame no papa koto obi momo so be ye judge enka wo nuanom koto obi momo so be ye judge muma ye njai sa disrespect no is I'm a funny person because din so oba be sua de akosoro sa na okodu wa one day pe just one case mba sem di gu na ni mase cases maame na ye nyina makọ ho akọ ready ma to atwene de wakosua wo nsua law ni bi da ba wo fo sa wonya sa chen judge na in any case, anything ya system, ya court ni ya bi DDBH, ya sa him fuchini ye no. Enti sa no ko circuit court ya sa do ko high court. Where our case ndo mo starting high court. Ya ye mra no say high court kasa na won tia sa fa court of appeal. Court of appeal kasa na won so won tia sa fa supreme court. Ya ye arrangement di amudi judge na tem na chesen. Because lawyer no bet me follow e the court of appeal. And mam say wa lawyer nkasa so kasa o de ko. Iti munjai na court of appeal santena so. No just owonyina so ya o de be ko appeal na owonyina so oduru ho a obekire eduru ho so na court of appeal betimi afa case na ya appeal kro na they will look at it my respect ya wono eba from it's not good mama yenye careful na yenja say bibia ni a ya the free politics na e de edu judges so no ya the free politics sa obi kan asem na your opponent ayenkodi di na ebi na de ya ba your topic ya kan watim sa nkofo petition President Mahama, so only EC, Electoral Commission boss, only OSP. Meanwhile, Chief Justice Dadao. You see, so these 3 people we are mabomudi, the Office of Electoral Commissioner and the commissioners, the Office of a Special Prosecutor, the Office of Chief Justice, legal positions. Na and Crawford Sheda. Because any conversation, any platform so come a course during the campaign. Say ye be easy, ye be Mensa, ye be Chief Justice. It is Mensa target no. And now you see, but it's not good. Although ye better say okay, MPP for start TB. And omdi Charlotte say no, but it doesn't make it any less justified. See, a President Arife Matanama committee, and the story is here. I saw it. President Arife Matanama committee. Well, what are we doing? The Arife Matano at the Ama committee. President Mahama refers 7 petitions seeking the removal of J. Mensah and her 2 deputies, as well as petitions for the removal of Special Prosecutor Kisie Jabin to Chese. Why? And to more person must say President Mahama Diama under his government, you know. Not just a President Mahama, 3 offices. Now. Is this the legacy you want President Mahama to leave? Last week, me can say me President Mahama say me the madam for no from Parliament. President Mahama, don't take the bait. And me say, boys, we were President Mahama. Omo na to omo ko miemia press no. Omo sa to for Dubai sa o no mo miemia. Omo kwa mo cabinet for be decision penifo akese de penifo no President Bekasa omo tunufu bi a omo kope na omo ba sarando no ho no mo miemia de be che ne ase papa na dwen. Ebi no omo de President Mahama no. Last week I said this, President Mahama, don't take the bait. Why you Chief Justice say, yeah, many see why? Because he have fixed law, no, near fixed systems and structures now. James don't to me outside the law. OSP on to me outside the law. Because law need a year, Juma. It is a fixed system, no. I mean, go back. Let's see, like question. Well, how do you bet a Nema baby? If you go back to the days of a JH Mensa, now rolling City Konyaso no. 1992, 96, between 96 2000. The institutions were not even strong. And to JH Mensa, no money are they pressure President Mahama, President Rollins. They didn't change anybody from office. But 1-2 no matter case court, invoking the original jurisdiction of the Supreme Court. Hey, who see any demonstration of the Supreme Court? Not Supreme Court, they determine demonstration. 1-2. So if you establish systems, if you decide that obey systems, you know, obey regulating structure, no. Electoral Commission, OSP, you don't need to remove anybody because one cannot work outside the system. President Mama Paucho, President Mama, men, small boys and girls, Telita BCB Mbese legacy. President Mama is excellency. Me Paucho, me koto jogu form. Men, mam, lanti, and maba, what Telita BCB, and in penny bonny be old evil dwarfs. Babies with sharp teeth be Mbese wa buying. Because under your watch, if 3 departments, 3 major democratic institutions, under your watch, legacy no no. The fact that constitution say legal, you can take the petition, forward it, now you kickstart a process to remove it, and fata. And was saying the fact that a coin da ho and ho. The fact say coin da ho no and befa ho. President Mama, your second coming here ordained. It was divinely ordained. And to matalita bisi for nim koran kitin be a mesel reputation. That's all I will say. And more be a meseno. No mo yodium udi na what history books. Papa be in the history books. Mammy in the history. Your name is in the history books. Omo kwa no mo yodium pia wa. Now legacy no mo say no. Ochina you and for rewa. Now you don't know how you are going to talk about institutions. We are some Obama beka bichre oba Ghana say then we don't need strong men, we just need strong institutions. Institutions now was establishing, not to remove the heads. So who you had, now confirm rubber. Now law, no system, structure, somebody here, you is still a week. Yem ko si aga. Matiami do ko here akise jabemba enya na still struggle with cases no. Because your systems also a dey adwuma. Yemia systems OSP law na e buy na new. Yemia yenhwe baby e betimi correct no. Baby e betimi ama no more effort, more power, more assistance no dey action for, no dey prosecuting the cases. No wetimi aye successful. No we retrieve sika. These are the things we should do to help the OSP. Say Jemensa, how can we help a system no? Oh, Jemensa come contract. I'm a yakoto BVD machines. Yes, so sourcing. And let's remove the so sourcing law. BV on my ye free ho. Commissioners be on my juma and let's do the checks and balances. And you say, yes, sorry, remove. Just will be about remove into Charlotte say I remove, Jemensa remove, CJ remove, OSP remove. When I'm here, Mami ma good evening. Jasu nie. O send the message now di atema me nkan cause my kan me say enya nkura na ya be ye sankora ye nyini akoye nim. We are ready to engage people with high IQ. Oh my ready so mesua de. O send the message now di atema bebo wa uchisu no wapampa so. We no go read them. We no go read them. And then our question ha kwam question ha. We look at those issues no. Well that means formula ni de no na president Mahama fa no onye mistake but the facts say formula ni say fako ni enkoyi nipa doesn't mean say your legacy no should be tainted by those removals. Your legacy must not be tainted. Mr. President Mahama second coming was divine. It is all better man call for you do myself legacy are you. Asema yera nana otumfo yera na say to baby o ka bi che nanado. I was say san remind President Mahama Philip Ayabatoku NDC communication team no and a lawyer Kwame question but just before I make almost no my members side na era na say to baby opem so your take crab any brave woman so yambo na say to abaso cause boku issue no o ma wie major issue na fe na resource na bebe de be kwa akosie ye bom pa say ni sunsum ne ni tumi ene ya nananom adwene omo wo no mo de be boa otumfo na yetumi awie side na development beba ye friends say boko na schools companies factories beba boko that is what we need. That is what we need. But just to remind President Mahama, say sema yero otumfo na say to catch nanado went you know yo it's a word to you too.
Omo achicha mo bie no edi tumi na ma na kan wo die no e no apono bi edi ama wo
etumi nana no
tumfo na nana no
wonim se me no fit nipa atu adudu no aye nimbra me ni wo
tumfo se nipa ho atwa ho ahie nyina dudu no anim ebre pa woni no mienu mo cha se di nkita ho
adam no ne free fan no 77 ansa na wo sa ba me bo ana
sese afri apem ahankro dio so
me bo a nana
se ono free fa penso ni nyina o kai so ono wa
e champion bo tata wa wo ba London nyame no na nam ne kodwo nya ntachi nom
na champion tata wo ba London no kai so ono ene kodwo nya ntachi enne nam
ansa na wo sa ba ya mo ba be gina biewa ansa ya sa ba ya ne oti he
sanna esa ba obegina biwa ne
me fro ba me lawyer no me no na ko ni nyina
tu go so fro ba ne lawyer no no na e ko ba nyina
eni akwa abapim ne
enu na makwa ababepim ne
enu aso nkrofo be ka kire so wonpo asem
nra ko be ka kire se obi ana na
mfi eso anyi antum wo ka se da bi se dem sine na tie de ntisa
so ti an bi enu a ohunu so anyi antum ka se da bi se dem sine ntidie ntisa
me de kakra ne se me de afutupa nam de be ma wo
tumfo se o ma ati ase se won de afutupa eno de be ma wo
de Ghana fo pani adwuma
Ghana fo de mo pani adwuma
de pani ayarhwe
de mo pe ayarhwe
de pani nkoso
de pe nkoso
na eno a na ye hwehwe
eno a na Ghana fo mo
ye to aba ne wie ya ye bobo se wawen obi gina TV3 so wo ka kire nipa na wo se wo na TV companyfo no ko John Mahama wo ka kire nsa aba ne de kom ne abufuo na to ye
so we na bi ka ko gina TV3 kan so ko Mahama na ka kire nsa de kom ane abufuo ane to ye
na asa akọ na do so ka kire nsa te ekom ne abufuo so no nso ba no anye de kom ne abufuo be sa ato ti
kan kan kire na do nso oba na so wan hwe ne ye ekom ne abufuo no de pam Mahama no embi na de pam
wo ho nim de
tumfo judi oso wo ho nim de
wadre wo mpesika ye hwe bio
de wadre wa bo bread de wo mpesika de aye hwe
enti se kun ho na ye adwuma no ye
se wa ba kun ho fo do Ghana ho do awo no fa ye adwuma na bo Ghana fo
edin ku an se wo pe
se de adro de edin ku an
de be odin be komu sa pass wo mampanyi bi ba ne e friend na adoda no ba ye Ghana ye
se do adro de hia se betima ya ade na daachi yakase o mampanyi bi ba Ghana na e friend na adoda nkwa kuado obeya ade
ni pa nyina ni da so
ni pa nyina Ghana fo se
Ghana fo nyina ni da so se
Ghana fo o mani da so
na so untimi nyedi nyina na so ye bi mi hu so
wo mo achicha mo bie no
enti atema yera na etu abebi o pem so tumfo na asetu abebi o ka kire na do excellency at the time no the same message no and ye de mo mampani excellency President Mahama say ade enu betumi aye edin pe na wo pese woji judi neko memo bia me pushu se chinchine a betenti olegi na just because constitution na make provision say we out to me you know we out to me you to be you obia enya sa dia enya Ghana Mason for krom wo from fitter for one you know be a juma 100% you be you be you see now 1 year now susu dia no cost baby and afin for about so say ne ho so nko for we ne be here we see you know we are see you know so let's focus on say the otu for ka dey here the ebe ma Ghana for nya de ombedi bread and butter issues. That should be the main focus of our seminar. Mamema empedifoni na kwa abani en seminar. So we jasu media. You are live on 101.7 FM. So any partner radio station. You're live also High Live Radio. You're live. Ewo Migacho FM Ukraine to me. You're live or Kings Jersey Radio. So ewo New Jersey. You're live or Nasra Radio. And good evening. Any akwaba. Missy Udi atema yan kind. This is not the place. Kolan nebe you are. Yenya one view granny. You okay? Ye intellectual discourse. Yeah, they be na ya kwese no na ye method obi edi atem no. Yeah, we're here for the clickbait. In mamu good evening ni akwa ba mpenifo.
It's the fair good evening. Let's say
Adumakwa. Council maybe just
my brother shall brochata there. Zanka some shall brochata there.
I won't be the no. Yes, I'm good to let that jacket no say no. Yes, first easy there no, but maybe a quick one on that Lumba asem no. Minim say one who judgment no. Omo dia bani said dem for the judge na tem no. What do you think about that case no? Hello, question. Hello, question. I'm saying a question you dey shaking. What do you think about saying omo attack judge no?
oh, this stuff here, Mama Vacunia we so entia wankasa na mintia.
What a man guy.
Why you need to quiet? No, attack
Unti Mama Vacunia we so entia o my Ghana na mintia Amanfi West. Baby, I'm free Western region. Ni two point friend at Central Bar. Mnizo ma depend on more share. No pay and you may in church or BBA. Now, sister Fia, wouldn't the echo? I think that you my ma. I think that standard no air folly. The do baby now call TikToker. Yeah, na real crowd. You were my ma to see a sister Fia, Obia content creator. Hana Beban. What you say, and Asemba, sit there now, can your introduction, or can simply say, Yenya tempo and with the Adiana Ade Awohono. Yenya tempo and tin no be a say, Adiana your fat can say, and I you want to say, because of this reason. What you say, this is via fair say, Yenya time, and I am conscious effort. Na yam ko ye tian kusua no ma. But be a basic Ghana do name. I am telling you this, and I will say, and the BEC and Unqualatrian, this is your performance. Abba, danger. A young sound say, then free a sorrow, a better by round whom I'm by the market. What you say, and then no be say, Internet na sabi abrofo AI now move sooner, omudi nyesika, omudi 2 mpon. Yet ye be free as sebi. Ye did yatem. Some nigga nyabu trempo and chassis. What you say, and you can say ordinance Maruda a day. Our real friend ordinance a day. Ubin Tiasia. So we are sampling. Now so what they mark Abia Ghana for say be a cast ordinance cry a day. Ubin Tiasia. What can I say be in young highlights now? I kind of say, you don't even like you reading on Tiasia. And the Matembia because say Timakosa say, wow, say Timodo Brunio. Nina as we na at o kan sem bi sister bia me abrabo no aye bono tem bia me ka sem bi adie bia betu bia rese ni person bi frem
sa
and say me mesue no ma be frem say me babu no be bra nti abra me sem be bra na me ne me hu kani no e betena no me busa me hu say den na metumi aye afi me fa say ya say bi o me wuachi me ma be bre me re be bre e bia e bre kwa me be bre me ma bra bo mu nyina no me mistakes bi e bia e be right say no mani nyina off in the same tutu manamo ye. What you say? This is the great opportunity that Naga Ghana mine. Ye nyina nka say ye de yesum na ye nyina sabi ye busebu say ho. Ye maama ye nuanom ye manom mo fie no. Say bi obinom ko owale wo fie na so mo register ya. Ani die kwan so. Abodwe ye kwan so. Oh, mo busa mo ho. Ma ko register say de esi na bi nsi bie mu. But say oh so camera or the light see so e di panyiri bi atem. Sister Via, who can say, no, my capo in Yanam. Every baby flow. ye politicians yana ye hyase kutupa. What yes ene obetumi gina sebe radio ne TV kakraka so ka sem kire obi ase papa we sebe ko school ana wan sise bia ye won kwala ofie ye won ma ye tete om ye won nua no mo ye busi am se den na ye kire ntima what yes den na ye kire ntima ene se meka se ese meka sa ho ti because me ma me hwe me papa hwe me obi a ode ma ye role model e hwe me enti mentumi metena sabi enka kasafi se no maybe on pona bia this the am no nya adwene on any other subject ani die kwan so mebuti how say the o kan say na say kire say what you say because say so ko TikToker this the omo tu enfuturo gu amanfo ani dodo what you say and obi a prophet and obi a content creator and say obi a tufo e man be na ya chichire. But Simbia me come asem so can say sebe the enso di mampanyini anyame amfa ne kra ensie edi ne ho ya ne yese ya man the history ajira gona the days sister fia you tumi achire wa ma hu se panyini bo e ba utumi sebe tumnika akwaje ne normal de kofie na panyini ka se nyame nhira wa e debi e be ya won what you say and busa say gona the days this of ya your container your koye at the boni mpo a obi a wonye onyo no wo ye ni o bituma tie atwa otoma piopio owi odo abafie abebo ma me ma na papa ma ne mo to aso ho enne ubu busa say bituma akosa na enne den na eko enne hwe misitem bia me ka say this year be enne say you ma leaders ye ne politicians no ye set up na ye musia hu say normal echia enti yakoye nim no de ne betumi aye. What you say? Yama liberty na doors bebre. I'm telling you, liberty na bebre. Sister Fia, entiena sebi. Akwa bi na no kwa ewu bi ani. Entiena program ya we opa ko comment section na ko hwe sebi. Omo no onya adwena odi atem. How? We agree to disagree. Enti no ma bi wona say enti ase a enye didi atem. No ma bi wona enti ase a a opportunity for us to learn. Yensu bibi no say ye papa Daddy Lumba upon no mo be ye ni nyina gina bia no be 1 to 2 achi ye ni ti no say bia ye how an single kra ne ntuma nkra ne ya me babunu no ese mesua bibi firi mu wo oba na wo te ho no ese wo sua bibi firi mu ba ye tie o mamu na se ese nyina be content creators ye beti obeti o mamu na sebe ene misite bia na me no bi ka say Ghana aye I say Ghana be ye Nyangopon Cartoon Network meka nipa ne stress se Nyangopon eni nyi abozam tete na no the channel na to obesere sa because they say ye bu asem na ya no ajolof na sebe ye the system esika mu ye di ani ha
omo de stick I see him
ada what is the other social no bi I'm telling you one team bi ye team this after 4 sound system enam krom ebomubombe how what you say because of say obi the emotions ashim obi the feelings ashim say because some na mo na e bia nipa ni tu no and say right now no and after the emra na be jatum say sa na mo na ye papa bi mu say won say anamo na e bia judge the
Yes, so na court judgment so kan yo
business na kan and make say instead bia you need time to even understand so many things me dey make a cram me catch the chief for me nim nya zero bibia but assemba e be say nya botere nya time to read nya time to understand so many things na no papa e wo mu na say fia obefa de aba obra no afa de aba obra.
Okay, yo council mbacho yemra so just a preliminary one enko OSP ni EC removal no any petition no emu that number issue no they particularly said the attack judge no what do you think?
Yeah, I think me no one maybe I must stand all this while. Me I'm a realist. Sometimes yeah, theory near the age practically no. Obia or yeah descend no. And we said that the lumba sabio when yini or above 20 years, wabro 30, wabro 40. In fact, or crossing 60. And sana nyame friend or alcohol. And now science so a public figure. Well, or one obedi anyway. All I'm trying to say is that onimyansa, what me I say. And I automate take a decision and make it choice. And just say, no, or girlfriend crowd, you almost see. But Otto Bruni, Sabio, Yempa respect to so man Lumba, ne Wahu, and then the family. Any Otto Bruni so family so. Say, yes, the panel will market. And now, or some more train or train about better fee. And for him to let people know, no, he tried as much as possible to let the whole world know, say, Sale dia mudino who concern de bia your friend or Dobroni. Maware no. Oh, I am my rightfully married woman. It doesn't matter method of far so Edward. What if I say one ware no kurana? On na wo ba ko mienu miensa enai enu no mu kro ma where the such lala no kurano omutumi wo up to 6 ana. Are you getting it? So look at the personality of Lumba. Uncle, yes, I'm mistaken. And from reality, no, so no. For so many years, himself, only Madam Akusha Sewa, Omun Tibio. Document to cry by impose Madam Akusha Sewa. On one casa, actual letter, and the lawyer's actual letter, but say, I want to know where do you get it? It is sometimes, you know, I am my emotions and sentiment, way near the yard. And there are people trying to say, Odo Brunino, I don't know, Chiasafuana, Moja Ninimu. And was it a mistake? Fanny said, Lumba by and one peninsula and San Kalumba Subenia broken heart. And from the records, no, knew from 206 to 4 years, and San or 2010. And to calculate, you cry, and I can't say 17 years, 15 years. From 206, do you get my point? And the new man name said, to say my brother, yeah, the emotions and the sentiment near the way. And that is why things became difficult for Akosia Sewa to prove. Because Nipano, because Nipane wunti, who train certificate, be or baby, court no, and yeah, zombies, so court and Yabudiaba, and a 2 and marry, practicalities. What may I say? Share the reality on the ground. Yes, what the paper buy and yes, okay, paper ninety. The baby sir, last week, now and then I war. Obe will know now we are aware. Oyare now war. As a married woman, last 2 years, where were you? Last 10 years, where were you? I mean, all these are practical things. Into almost supporting one side against the other. No. Are they saying he said they are not aware? Into unya where so alumba mbina no and can't tell me say Obama wale nini. Na menena was a number of people. Records no evidence court no crano. Evidence in the back clear. Emma Lumba necessary you beside the question. I say yes. May I wear say Lumba ni we net. Or wale or first born maybe show second born be show third born be show then. So because the person is no more there. Is that how we maltreat the person? Yen fa kwan so na yenda judge na se wa in our era bibia politics anyway ni ade no. I sometimes who court to cry to have judgment, straightforward judgment, and very difficult. Judge way ya dwene ho sanko command ruling and or say odobroni enye lumba ne wife. Can you imagine what will also happen? And the emotion and the trauma the children will go through. Lumba have you also thought of it? Say court on the judge and command judgment. And also you are German now for 17 and 19 years. Won't see her now no. Onumona wife. Can you imagine what would have happened? Now in this case, victory.
Hello, counsel. I will say if one at a woman. I think that council was trying to say, yeah, the man here, Juma, and a judge and Shadam and Castle. More can a judge not this cow had there be or share circumstances in now. Say, ordinance, our way, young worry being count, but or share situation when I feel council about council. You point to know.
Wow, and judge, away have no new rule in the judgment, or Capra can say, Metie afan way, by case we Michelle Lumba, on any packet. Ghana, my money na ɛna aburokyerefo nyinaa any di so wohwɛ judgment no mu na judge na aka wɔ hɔ sɛ case we ɛnyɛ akosua sɛ wanko a ɛna ɛnyɛ ɔdɔ broni nko a Ghanafoɔ nyinaa ni di case yi akyi aburokyifo nyinaa so di case n'akyi nti metie obiara analysis ɔyɛ na mehu sɛ no sɛ mema judgment against nipa baako a anhwɛ a ɛgya bɛtɔ kuro wɔ mu nti sɛnea mɛ satisfy obiara that lumba atɛkyifo nyinaa obiara ne bɛgye no sei na mɛyɛ no mo mmienu nyinaa mo qualify antefia ɛdɛn judge na ɛwɔ abadae sɛ obetumi ayɛ saa deɛ wi otumi ase nti judge no based on this ruling no I say a man a special award me nada you see before no na my analysis say even on your show we said say both of them me I support both of them kebeya and komumienu nyina no ya admit you so I was so happy to hear say eventually no judge also went in the same direction now only few people na did do Bagana phone I can tell you on authority say from within no obi eni age say judge no one disqualifying the babako ya dayamia say me catch no say judge no otie lumba sufre ene Ghana for sufre enti no ma ruling no because technicality na eba here no obetumi ama opportunity say munko na munsan ko for original nimra wotumi ase judge bi wo ho a chenchena opese ode ma akosua sewa obeka say no saa de we man stamp enti mo fa nko na munko stamp enfamra procedure na mo anye ne yi no munko correct but the mere fact obu nani egu ho no what you say there's also pay opportunity just like akosua sewa so mistakes bebre e won na obu nani egu so no ono so ni mistake akra wa ye no obu nani egu so we are not saying say akosua sewa no on the angel on the problem no crash or double ni de no what me I say because we share the evidence on the ground now the person is no longer married to Lumba. Lumba is married to Odobroni. Technicality doesn't come in here.
No, but and also na ma nkrofo bebre attack judge ne say we change president e da ho dada say ordinance aware de untumi nware bi nka ho nti ama omo amaka ni nyina e ma na omo aware omo so omo ye team legal wife no omo nyina panic say na judge ne ka de a na je say omo nyina omo aware
judge na nkasa mama explain judge na nkasa. You see what they are refusing to understand. They say, me see, mistake been a buy. And I technicality. What me I say? Me somewhere in 2015, made the document be echo. And yan stamp the document was from US. Now WhatsApp message. What I say? And the WhatsApp message, you know. And then if you say a direct way into that will be okay. The Genesis still no. Make notarize it. Legal word that you usually a notarization. I just say corner stamp so amount. Yes, stamp so amount said. So I can't ruin a fee back. That is what they should have done. And then say Amber. Because somebody called German embassy. No more authenticate at the moment. And that's how we number. The judge never said anywhere said, why worry by ordinance? Ubet me alcohol. Dabi. Or no patch say because I dance here. Actually, say what were ordinance no one farm, but son of actually. It is a one farm, my dear. And your matter say, what's why you fear warrior? Oh, 2 I hear 4. What do you say? Aha, the 206 no, yes, you obey ordinance. No ordinance, no, and then a dear that's yes, why ordinance. No, went to me and farmer. Do you get my point? Into ya, I know now what the class, semi judge, you know. Ebejina judge no so ebasa chief justice no obe transfer no and I be punish no because that is not our rule. Emremo no ye wo procedure. Wofi procedure so answer na law na nkasa so wo ho. Until law no wo be bim all right but then procedure no won follow a yetumi gina so na ya kasa because we follow procedure nti. Enti na me make a statement say judge ni nimpa say it is possible cross why ordinance. But because already in Ghana, of course, you soon say, my end disqualify Obiano. Or Bompire said, some opportunity bimra, non farm faso, just like opportunity to buy or they consider a Kosia say one. You get my point? Because in Maza, who disqualified the Anka Kusha Sewani about disqualifying the first. Because you had the letters for say on one casa by her intention, or say one with Jai on one review. Evidence document wo.
Let
And I view
lawyers, yeah.
yes, and I document in Kwa by conduct. On Wagana and I won't see you. That the room Abanum Suya on ye Obedi Adriania on ye. And about yeah, when Palania said Sokoda says Sokoi. I know it's supposed to be for man and woman. Wow. Where the more fan about
lawyer, I think say you will be as a mechanic. You see, say this the fear. Osha say no can say be say even our way bukrano say one ukunu na one we yireti. Now 1 year krano na anda. I think say breach our way
behavior. Yeah.
What ya? You know, and I make us say me that same way there. Me say my family there. Ghana member titru e mabuna yesiso no. Ye nyile nsuo bi free we mu. E ma no nsuo bi free mu. What you say? Lawyer can many Japan because mamma de abadaye and a judgment nearby.
Exactly.
Because won't be found A and a B because now one. What you say? And a mamma no I think the judge need to Qualano the psychological state of Qualano.
She went beyond the law.
That is it.
Exactly.
Because and I am a man so think I only first person and first a casualty a burial no. So
and Papa she oh one day Yanda so or play a role from beginning no by yes reno. Ghana hano your customary laws and doings anyway. So will be this shit a try outside that it doesn't even show respect to the family. And no more head of family. Head of family is a spokesperson for everybody. There's nothing like fashions in family. No. We have only one head of family. Only the spokesperson. Okasamobia. And to me, fee baby ma say Bushianu ba kon aya spokesperson ni we ni ade. And now we spokesperson cry. Can ya would bano preach peace. Wahum. Masumdwe embra. But member yes, I will be papa, which will be in coaching and chain. Judge no crowd on your family member. We use wisdom. Any about the Mianunina, but together. And that is all we are all looking for. Now, this is fear. And then you be your womb. See, I can say you are disqualified back. What will we get?
Yeah.
We are only going to cause pain.
Yeah.
We are causing pain. Oh, to the person that Lumba so loved dearly. They had to spend well over 20 years, 19 years with. So are we being fair to Lumba? Are we saying Lumba Nimi Ansana? No beja obu. No akofo before. No ni panitiwa 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. So, oh no. Lumba is a legend. Let's respect him also. And he had disqualify obi no being corny with him and then we near there. Na ya boso ya bo trenia ya bo drum ya solo kunia. It doesn't show respect to the memory of Lumba. Yes, mo bebre. Into Papa she why be fitting there corner. We don't even want to inkaya bomba say. Man in your interview be you. Obia be anything about Lumba. Only fair almost to Lumba's family. That is all. When Ghana and say anyway, other people entered into the fray because Obi Fi said, time or young no. Only Okojo Obi Kunu your boyfriend, so no aware into one person will be I want to find a personal personal family issues. Why should they affect Luma's family? What may I say? Yes, that's how people who have their freedom. Lumba Onyakola, educated and he's enlightened. He knows what is good for him. Why would he even hide Odobroni? He wasn't hiding her. He wasn't hiding her. Ordinary bonjum, ordinary for public. But because Ghana and Crawford said, when treaty Akosha said, why ye in at the last moment of his life, all the two record so said, Minianum, and some Amukaka farm and one said, akosua sɛ wa Germany yɛ we mentumi nyɛ saa medɔ akosua sɛ wa so wotumi ase ɔdɔ broni so yɛ me wife akosua sɛ onipa na aka ɔse mienu ne nyinaa montreat ɔmo nicely but me no auntie akosua medi ne ho yɛ kakra because uba 1 week they receive you so nicely wotumi ase the family members of Dobroni and Crawford, they didn't fight you. Say, madam, 15 years, 20 years, now we're him for. Obiano one 3 months. Now, what by 1 week you fine. If you buy her from nowhere, we say, hey, una we yam fa umrana yan sake a half one na. And no, a touch him wall. No kakra. And yes, Anka Ghana for ya the never shake chiri. What me I say? Go no naturally now no pekasa. And now I was so happy, say. Ono ankasa ne yemumba with lumba eba out ebe dissociate omo from omo maame say court na ye maame akono ye nkwara no ye nka ho bi ehwo na na nka so ma ne lawyers no every draw case unfortunately for her na papa she ne lumba ne system adie si me din ene ko fa sa ne ma we nyina e de bai onti yesro mo Nyame use judge no they solve an entire nation's problem. Few days na bano. Yes, on the 13th December. Almost share date in any other. Muma yanko krada di lumba ne chifefefe. Anyway, you bet me other official programs. Well, funeral no you bet me 10 times to cry. We don't have a problem. But yanko pe baby na your legend no yan fan Lumba born Jom Ghanaians, I enjoy before. Kofo bebre enya kununum because of Lumba Nenjum. Bebre so enya yere Jum. Wow, sisi I only hope you. Yanko na yanko kranechi. It is very bad. We had those divisions. Nyamiadom we used to judge, Emma was solving problem ni. Omo ya appeal ni adina. Yes, Romo. Omo nkoshe dem. Omo tunchine baby cry. Appeal no body anya necessary. And like you said, yen court keke. Oko appeal anya say what the evidence na document na one sign Appeal no anya say afi na oko sign the document ne dey abawu. Daddy. Appeal no your rules and regulations. Koka say judge no was bias. What you say? And I judge no evidence no say a marriage certificate. And so buneni go so eno na oko akokan. But judge no so beka say certificate wey no mo de buy e record so dada omo amfa papa no na amba eno na appeal score ye wo ho nya sa fe na wo de document foforo e ko bada bi appeal ye nya ne sa asem na ye gina so ye de ebuya no so wo de fake document e ba ya sa fake document na mo de be ko appeals na it decided I say I'm a fake document and your original document. That is all. And from the look of things, omo body language, omo admit to media. So omo for original document now. Now what can media and they happy who quiet them or and to me way a free legal
advice now they are both sides no. Omunja attack on judge na judge ni free no onye yeduma yenko OSP issue no so as a council where you not freeze bio but it's still I legal issues because now you have constitution ahwe to me obi was the petition be kwa president oyi electoral commissioner and free honum no you commissioners two no omo ka ho no ama omo ye 3 no ye omo ka ye OSP ni nyina so is grounded in law because OSP no so ye special law office of special prosecutor law I no na establish OSP office nti no so ye beka who said to find out and conform or pushy because one of the people who is behind the petition now for the removal of Jemensano, a former worker of electoral commission. This is somebody who is a former worker of electoral commission. You can't now can be before lawyers no more appeal. No some more appeal be a ebi so na sika no say ebi ana this high profile case sika wom so one chuma mo appeal as sika nya actually I was just kind of appeal because some Supreme Court will no so ho that number will no so bad no so I was on court na e bi didi ho na so mo nya appeal na o me da didi La kwesi.
Yeah, madam.
Na me ka say.
Pata wote menka.
Yeah, they atonka. Ose
Wote
mo
menka.
dey so na mo didi ho case no. Ose se mo nkwa appeal.
Pata wote menka.
Yeah, they atonka dem say una wonte yenka. I don't know why.
Okay. I think it's better now.
Okay.
Am I okay?
Yeah, but it's okay. We atonka. I said they atonka.
Pata me say hono ube repeat kakra ma me.
Na me kasa wo kasa ma lawyers ne nkwa appeal no. Case you answer hu no mo didi. Na mo nkwa appeal no mo nya den.
You see, and I kind of would the no yedidi no now go client anymore say all the time. Maybe I say lawyers in the market all the time, but it's okay. We also have to do God's work. What me I say, Yamina Juma na share na ma would yes why yama. Appeal no more because who free advice. Who can make mistake, who appeal. And shokra na call mami advice bill na public in intie. Appeal no connect edit yawa. Yes, a sentence no. The best sentence no. Tansha na ekobuaka akosua sewa na sim. What me I say? Judge had every right to disqualify Akosua Sewa. I'm telling you on authority. Legally, the judge should have won the case straight away for Odobroni. And Tina may say, nye bibia na ye kan public. Yenda judge na se ne yankope baby and or yen 1-1 draw. And after refusing to admit that document, Inka Akosua Sewa we lose the case in a flat. Ka wonya pin mpo. Daddy Lumba na way. But judge in the to wisdom said, even though document no ma admit traditional marriage, what I say, also good at no. Traditional marriage na any juma on the side, because okay say almost the drink by okay.
Yeah, we
Akosua say what the drink by
the drink, yeah. But my
yes.
do deny so
yes. The traditional marriage in there, we a top secret. Traditional marriage in there, now Akosua say well, we go da. Okay, but judge no still one coho. Judge no still one coho. Okofa traditional marriage na Akosua say we go da no. That's how they buy man or qualify you also.
A team legal wife for no more Brunia. Network. Network that number case in Yanko OSP money. Network commission mu issue because them say the more I can met it like that. Your friend saying good to be or say if you establishment of a OSP, what did it achieve for what has it achieved? I think what Brofono na the officer can say what benefit has been attained from establishing the office for Ghanaians. I think that's essentially what you want to say. And council, me person me kind messages in but me say I'm say okay almost legal wife or no more gantina almost to network no.
And I know what the Pitiachina is you. Pitiachina no, but I mean no, maybe a because of that lumba. And that is why I was so excited and said, Judge, we use wisdom. Me not out. Compare disqualifier, Akosua Sewa straight away on legalities. And yet, yet the PR now be use technicalities. What me I say? On paper, no be our document, be what baby. But in reality, other judge, say on your zombies. How? What me I say? Last year now when 2 years now when 5 years now when. And the MBA pass a mile and mappa.
But council, to be fair, my many pleadings, Muno. Or cancer 2018, yeah, there she obesra 2018, there's another year, and then 2011, obesra that lumber. And also stating say, Ninroni be honor canon not so that is not abandonment. So any desertion. So she denied the
and did she also deny that lumba worry? Did she deny say no? Only more dog only one year.
She admitted or say or see. In fact, I know can and one here and causing the lawyers to write to that number lawyer say or
exactly.
And now
exactly. And why will you even have the boldness to disrespect that lumba to this extent? So after only one who catch areas for said that the lumba did a mistake. by marrying to Odobroni. Into yes, Sake Odobroni. My
or say, or can say, me Odobroni holding the out as a wife,
but
but it's
that's the
based on
same thing. That's the
yes,
same thing I make.
that's what it's based on something. Or say she was okay with her until the penny and say, that is what instigated a litigation. And we know the court.
And why will you not fight Ebusiapeni? And why will you go and fight Odo? That's where the mistake is.
Okay.
Who a problem with Ebusiapeni now? Fight Ebusiapeni. Don't go and fight the lawfully married wife of your legend. One whom we now more respected. I want to go fast. Hula Baru by. So one said you don't recognize Odobroni as wife. You can't confess on your mind. But I can tell you on authority said, Auntie Akosia said, well, as calm as she is, she's innocent. Maybe can will show you so. Or you're innocent. I call no one in court to be a. I call no one. Yes.
And go for the pushing.
Mama make us
Yes.
Asem no.
Yes.
You see, Tembia make us the someone be bo that the lumba busu for. I'm telling you this. And close friends. Almost there. I didn't answer minimum platform with the son. Yes, I'm a vote a church there. Now, also, is the fear. I'm a vote be wa. How many of my just be pushing you? Obinum ne center.
Yeah.
And no pushing. What I said, you went to no can be Otumfoka aka bi kire na nado danko kufuado. Na oka.
Yeah.
Nipa ankasa no. Obinum wo am yin papa o. But the friends, the corners are around them no more yesa. Oh, so sorry, Mammy, Akusa Sewa, which was so sober. But if it will be free, indeed, the air can say, you should be free, or your bus should be, or your papa should be, or your babuna fear now, bus should be free. Now, what I say, because I know, sir, Sabi, Bible says, just send Babu Precope, new word here at Timu. That would be a boo, if you are then Akusa Sewane or Dobruni. Now they're very different, and they may, in all, you should be free.
Okay, very well. Well, Council Young OSP ni Electoral Commission and say same because you offer to cook and it's true. Yes, you be woman. Yeah, if there's a case, Ampedu versus Boama versus Ampedu. You call for me no case. I call Supreme Court. How are you?
Yeah.
And not to decision. The man who claim say,
exactly.
Separate 15 years or banner to a boy. You're separating yet. I call all the way Supreme Court.
I mean, the intention is very important. I don't know when you can't force somebody to marry you. I know the person can be with you in one room. But court can decide, say, you people are not married. What may I say? More one room, but more near their husband and wife. And so on. And that you see, in Ghana, there were grounds. I actually said, ubetumi so e de divorce sa grounds ni na eche ma akosua.
Yeah, but can say one say I think the problem and for when they say grounds ni nyina ho but say one complete divorce no a say one nyina sa grounds mu bia wakọ won chen wakọbọ adwaman wafa mma one wo na o ma top money on hwe on aduane ma onye say ni nyina ya grounds say wo nyina nyina so angu awaye na the marriage is still there, all those are conditions we nyina ho mebo a.
You don't technicalities, mere technicalities, What may I say? Sometimes you can dance around it. And technicalities, be so we were. Accept say technicalities, Also this time, one year lucky.
Okay.
To send okay, you may have all the marriage certificate anyway in a safe one. But 1 year notarization, also run away in the so. And 2 years also back to zero. Sisi your court no ebuo. Your court no we decided. So as I speak to you, that the Lumba was not legally married to the woman because our court has decided. What do I say?
Only now we are customary marriage.
Yes, your court so we didn't crank in future, maybe something might have come up. But to send yes, Romo, Tramno, Pamno, Ma Akosia Sewa. Ghana phone now we say onye nipa bone for. Ye jina we fidie so aka. Or a very respectful, very calm woman and wanye lucky. And okot ne I mean one ya and other than sakoshe bi mu enum. Wow, no parody say you better represent you, And sometimes lawyers maybe sometimes out of the passion say you say your case your client into you can send baby anyone say you can. What me I say? Senka you use wisdom kakra and you who say no that lumba only woman we are awoda. Into your Troy and some as lawyers, you who have a Yabekasa. And
Yes,
can go
yes,
past
yes.
fight win now. So yes. Sometimes your lawyers and also I am blame me. What me I say? You might be brain, no, I have lawyers. We put our clients into problems all the time. It is sometimes, lawyers not true be your client, and also you find a new shame. Wow, you find a new shame. Says a paragraph we are working. No. Mean to me, can't wait father the lumba hold that. Pacho chum.
Okay.
Yes. Me, I do it all the time. Me client
I'm
back.
acrimony about two parties.
Exactly. I can tell you on authority. Say most of the things exactly. Most of the things natural no. I are lawyers now. You see a sentiment near their court. Me, we are client on in divorce cases. Me catch me say, hey, massa, oba one another. You can't say this about woman. I want to know. Men can say and they open divorce into. Uko kasa anyoma we na ade gunu wefi. Opia after we show be my divorce be a man ombra make say asema me can me boa na me. I tell you, Mr. Massa, odo first day amushia no. Mutumi be ma yi no hu nyina ba yi no edem ho mo enjoy no me I wasn't there. But we are there we are human beings. What me I say? Problem to me ba nti obi a wo hu no ho top and down wo ne no kra wo ne we no men ka say ne problem aba wo betete mu nti nsem hu no ehia na wo draw document so divorce cases they file it in court 100 years to come our grandchildren will come and see say hey yeah nana san wo
yeah festival because no okay no ye ni kunu Tony Lita case.
Exactly.
Case no court ni said there even Tony Lita file a case who him say and saying before no ye appointing as deputy chief of staff for President Mahama or court on defamation say what no or sue ni kunu no again the former husband no say never or file divorce petition no baby or publish a petition also or file a petition almost publish copies.
Yes.
Oh, on the law firm website. Any other places. My many see a good who be seen there or not. For a different. Or more money respect. Because they said they okay cancel the allegations now. Papa make it against the woman. It was damning.
Exactly.
Including allegations or the sika.
And we are client from today. We lawyer throw bibi mo file sometimes for when you film be because no lawyer we there chiana kakra chiana kakra mami.
Young OSP assembly because they okay me say now no yes you or no any ex-husband for defamation. Now I know do the same thing. Judge in a man judge say there be the same way on redraw on
But I don't
me tonka me refer the assembly okay. Me case to say now no ye they no they call for defamation.
What to make is it okay?
Yeah. Na way na video na break but tonka all right. As Antico. In fact, I know you there no judge no who case na judge say there be asem no obetwam because entertain say dey we na ka say enko fra papa no no so be yi defamation no and some e be kwakwa twetwe aba bio no why hwe na appointment ko ha president person de mama na be ya asem ti and na judge no ko twas no dismiss case no enti the law can very true say what ade bi on ma ye woni ema nyina ho kwan ba nye ni nyina na fata ya divorce by I was say e to ye bo even before background anya divorce kwa business I was say how you engage people yes I we ya the bad blood abeto nkola ni mienu omuntem anti mama say wa ema no ene odobro ni ma wan hwa na o man kanda so mu na mo and it's not good for yanko OSP ni cause yanko OSP ni electoral commission there no eso na ye hwe to komo na mo ti akonwa so is it true say mo promise during campaign say mo be yi first J Mensa na therefore say mo yi chief justice na say the be kwan be ba because chief justice wo mu nim say mo the petition for the command so yi J Mensa enye yi ono ni chief justice so establish prima facie case nti na mu yini is it an agenda say NDC mo agenda
Interfere any agenda I think say na ochi normal case BCA bana odobu ni akusu ase wenti entumi amobo so
yes
I think say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama edi na order I think say
oh
na
ne yiri
ochi ni
ana onu mom em say ne yiri je na mu ye
oh no John Dramani Mahama yeah odi na order na de na ye friend ye say sister Fia papa no o kan sem bi he is ordained now or exhibit leadership what you say like o share tama odi na ho da na order onen kwala call children hospital. Now the man is accessible to everybody, irrespective of your political affiliation, your color, your religion, like or you're very, very so close. Until you know, the American actually say, Yami Antonin Kwanem, Nanyami, in Shamuse Omutie, Mr. Nyansa, Yamedema, King Solomon, Pony Bimano. Now on fa mu o my Ghana. Now Miss Antia, me boss, Sammy Jimfi. Small boy danger. Is that all normal? Why normal? Sammy Jimfi. We superb, Obi Amichiano. Sister Fia Obusa Assembly. Assembly Obusa Nina say, the campaign promise say, you be yana. By Amekama say, Sister Fia, on mine, then the Dibu, I am bra, and the Dibu on mine. Enti no bibu sase emra kra ye dey saa mra no ene ma wo wa wo hwe me no ma wo tumi se every 4 years bia no e be kwa koto oba ye be to oba enti ye to oba bia ye be sen ye to oba no mienu presidential and a parliamentary enti now presidential no e form omokokosa e from executive headed by the president, the vice and the cabinet ministers and ministers of state. And I to Obama MPs now, almost no, they are being headed by the Speaker of Parliament. Now the same way, no, so they are saying another organ here from the court, judiciary. They are also headed by the Chief Justice. Now this is here. Mamaka say me say, you know, MPP phone be cancer be what you say. O kasa bebre mem no ya adwene 100% baby am no ya adwene pa baby won so estafia eya na ebia politics na ya adwene kire na yemu se won say then the free esro eba ya amabo eba yere amakese ye tikro emu ena nimpa mako I think say isi akwa no reporter me na say nimpa 11 ena omde omusa ahyenka ta ase say omusutu say the easy ni nyuma bi anye dey ankoye obi o woli di ye eye omom weka omne ne cho nti mpanfo wasen bi omka na say bonsu efri nsu ase eba beka cho say ma me watawu a sebe yenyi na chini what ya say na emu sa say oman panyi wa form emra na ase dabi on ye ncheche ma omomutie ye na ente
on fumra emra ke president fumra but yes anko echi back up biem mo kan wo campaign platform so at any point say mo be yi easy
there be time me kasamba me body point ma what ya
what do you call him to whether or not the president has the power
there be some me kasamba me body point be there ba what ya say enti on fumra see there wa we dem so we lawyer on lawyers na group and no ma bi out ya say now as man panyi say obi twiro petition e the man say be misusu say efia popia enuma enso ni a owo ehun pan say obaji atum ojitum bia the necessary organization as a institution no so forwarded the 7 days and they akoma the chief justice ye papa and I say justice bafu money and what in the frame by you must say sebi he say 30 days na ye papa de be ye nhwehwemu mo na mo brofo say primary fashion
ko anim still me say mo
o da me ba me do dey asem bia ba
David masa mo kan campaign na ko so ansa na we petition asem you cry ba campaign 2024 campaign mo kan asem ba yi TJ
Debi unuma ana be ma ye ka se beji wa na ye nyu na me de ba ho
Debi ba me pa che say Mukaya na.
There be me there some video na mama. What you say? I am telling you this.
Okay,
There be
Muka somebody CJ.
the NDC for catching the Ghana for near said researching agenda. I have researching.
Okay.
It's researching. Almost every and been much twisting.
Okay.
But you must say, I say, yes, boss, and then the 2 deputies. No, Omujuma and Sonia.
Okay.
Mimi say, Timbia make us say, my 2 coins, my co school. Yama 1992 politics in the What you say you we are back, we so by your baby on a sea castle. But Emma, young kid, you punish soon at the pine. What you say, sister, then I who like easy, like Utuma Sony. Now, in the 2020 elections, sister, I saw them themselves as sitting journalists. And then I said 2020 elections, may actual a year, ABR numbers are NDC and MPP, ABR woman better. And I'm a boy.
I think eventually they resolved it. There were
No.
discrepancies.
So we are talking about institution. Now is the I didn't know can you. I on my democracy, sad Kotuano, even 0.0% ever to the Samaba. On the now Jabenya institution here 4 years. Ghana go for Omote voter region. I nyasa be MP. Another sir, Yamin now Yabenya Tachiman South. Ama ye bonimpa ngotwi tuo anope anwumre menkai busuan yawo me momu nyina ya akọ ama ye bie ni this ni beka say we had one of the fair and credible elections in the country. Sister Pia, the American nyina na ye say yes I betena ha ama sabe ye be hu say MPP communicator akoye dwuma ama yisi fo ma Ghana fo nyina to ma no guzu say the muye the sabe entwa ye yagitu na yanyantu.
Okay.
What you say? Enti the year can nyane ye say me maka wo so de kanka o mampanye de sabe see the petition e bre no na wanso mu a sabe obi kro betuma aye de empty no. What you say? Enti ono ba bi say o de ko but it is then the Chief Justice na said the say obaye ne fifi mu nhwe mu say dom de abaye e twasoma na ntwasom.
Okay.
After 30 days ni we are obasete the committee say yedoba simpie no so na ohoye korogina koto odwuma so.
Okay.
And sister fi make kasem bi de a kire sebi wom so wotu kankan for no na otu monefo. A fall of a dry leaf is a warning to the green one. And I wa ban nti de make kan ye say appointee bia sebi oni ye adwuma no ohun ni say sebi or some man Ghana. Sister Fia emre ni nkaso yenya deputy bossman Asare e ka kire NDC for say NDC for a threat to democracy. Sister Fia o kan na wanka.
Okay, that time no onye I don't remember him say that exactly.
Oh, you see.
Okay, me also meeting wholesale.
Okay, and today we are talking about electoral commission. Determine Ghana democracy. Our faith. And you know, say you see when I hear free MPP on this order. What you say? And you know, say na ade e come President Mahama at or you are ofosu kwachi e ya kind. Also President Atene frame or pushy e dey the Chief Justice.
Okay.
And this the fear unim. I mean, say me lawyer so ha. Omunim the procedure. Ama faso. Said you. Omo baba ko transform. Aye ehwemu. But the American nyina na say. Then the Bema Ghana ni and I say nipa mako edu. Atro say yes say isi anye na dwuma ye. What you say? Yet tra Ghana ama ya bongo form 8-2. Sister Fia, you bongo for 8-2. You be now say 7. You one of the most peaceful elections in the country. You do a big crown MPs and MP before crack. I said, and go for your crown criminals. 2020 elections, I want to mention no. Me baby, me free Western region tapa. abra DJ ene yewura mrekuduka ye fa soldier for among cars ma abetututuo e community center ebi ohwe motako bi anima se ma make enti no ye de nyese bia ye de campaign ye say ye ma Ghana assign aye dwuma bi Ghana be ye dwuma no ene sese bi woni ye de obeba brana be so man Ghana enye ti sese bi over some political party bi ena medical kan say NDC for omo ye yi omo so me omo mo a President Mahama no obi amfa no kure pepe yo emo oba oman no but say no hu ni say bia President Mahama na de oba ye ndi obetuma ya de favor NDC na akwati MPP a enja so East na ye normal over the years this of ya the body language crowd was an insulting like a idea sebe na kan yawo enti the can you say we had nothing and this for we had nothing against the East never President Mahama said you or 1 year na say go buy and go between issue said you executive order but odi emraso Ghana for Sabio ewo omo ye Ghana for omo akonya se bibi entwe ye a o na ye entwe petition so omo de ko a enye se o de ko ye na na ese akoyi no dabi ye bese up committee na ya hwese asem na wo de ba ye no asem na wo de wo ma na wo de ani and this is the first obu say am say NDC for agenda bi say ye beyi chief justice no they may tie the President Mahama and NDC for kind say raise certain agenda because it's the fear you do baby your quarter no ebi a wotin baby to make us say oh we dey 50 ampa you be dey asem na 50 sister fear you do baby you to make us say oh aba we akoto dey oh we be win ampa na we win yentra yenchechire o man sa tempia maka sister fear ye chechire o man yenchechire political party what you so and they say na hwe dey enu MPP for ka and a Daniel and a bubu or money, dear Sabi, Shed or Moka. By share Timbia, Mr. Quincy, lawyer, Timbia, mechanic say also more, and I can't forward before young Fanco MPP Abanson and I do Danko Kufuado. It's excellency. The American say, Sister Fia, she said, or set a bad precedent. Charlotte say, Dan or ye. Say your cohoni baby, I say, yeah, politics, no, political equalization. But then we make say, Nanado, and a statue, bad example.
Wait, Charlotte, wait, first Charlotte say remover, no.
That is it. I just make say news for me, refinable can't say, you have a kubaku. Ah, no, Casama and people knows, I did a muy idea, sebi. Ye boy a sabone at all.
At all.
What you say? And right now, no, me the can say, ya careful now. What can say? Me say, ya anti institution now. Abai se sa obi abeko.
Okay.
Yeah, no mabisa. But timbia maka sister via. So nya konya se obeso Ghana. For need integrity. Who is also my Ghana.
Very well.
And Papa Afarijan. Okoda dado. But obi abulidi. Sister Fiade, just answer this question.
No, our hand now can be na them sir because any time no internet ni ade ni honum.
Oh, at least
even some of these things are now about say elections now results no could be and they changing. It happened under Afrajan, but you're very aware.
But on but still I know what to say now a need ye kakra and it's all busa I say President Mahama, me say one in the last hope Ghana for and Africa yo. One year now, medical catches 1 year now, you saw because or number 1. Number 2, 1 year now, you saw Bepa Mobile, but Unuma and a video.
Okay, into the petitions neighbor.
That is it. Sabi, you want people before we blow Omo Juma.
Okay.
Omo occupy bigger portfolios. One say Apamon. But
I did one day, I'm up a moment.
Oh, the forms on my
council on the agenda, same way, you know.
Agenda.
Okay.
Any agenda.
Okay, council before I already have a formula, no. Mami Musa preliminary, he said,
yes.
Okay, when NDC air campaign, any talk about say ye buy be we because to kusi o man kasa am kasa resetting o man kasa on be easy and o man kasa on be CJ resetting
Minister Filippo enyimre wa fire pa obene den but mesanso nim say onya heaven obako enti obesesa na statement no o say fia me no mi enwe de ye ba show isu a NDC for trouble MPP for trouble depending on topic yeah. Well, sir, Filippo, wabaka ne de but you see nyo kan nyina no pepepepepepepepepe oh ntina mpre nyina no I say your constitution no ye change na ka bebo because laws na e ho and ama all these loopholes na ba nti se leader bi ba ochina na nyamesoro ni ne mo bebre ana obi kotia ne na so na ne bufu pe then the shenanigan ways no procedure no ekwan da ho ekwan ni ho obefa so na wa ba be ante fi ada any petition there say me ne okra chira yeso yebetumi atro what me I say yebetumi atro na yeso ya target say new CJ na wa ba no ye hu say na ABC ana new IGP okra no kan uja IGP wo mo IGP so ko dan pare on the first on the first or the bullet but you see all can who's a blame me now for MPP ho the same way MPP so by and blame me now what call my NDC at the end of the day many was ordinary citizens so na I play all the time you see because system ni na ba political governance CCR nothing like democracy now we have political governance
okay
and very strictly two political parties MPP and NDC when this one is in power they will have to hit harder. Where should they have to hit hardest. And in America said by the end of the show, no question now will be Simon no or perhaps now contribute our best statement in the even though no man or can in an no. In fact, it was actually a political campaign. Say by ABC. Do you get it? And the political heads no one yeah almost supporters no. Yeah, they are sure mutirim. Say ba sa we de onka isi de onka one ne na bedi chifo nyina e be fa ya omo CJ ye manent na obeko we ye manent na obeko but we said something was so kind we so akabi me Philip so akabi sanka be yanka JM onja legacy wo ho wotumi ase and ofa so kra the advice all the appointees oh say ka hu say ahahan aya dry mo green na so chilala mo jimani no monka dabi so ochina bi so baba you get it na one say JM in the second coming yet danyamia say me I told so many people say JM but kwa ko bua na aban Pelepenya we but within this few mama bua JM aban what me I say
Okay.
all I'm trying to say is na yeah man and say the second coming Obecha legacy pa enyoma omode ye JM oman mu pa MPP pa you get it because of the dead goat syndrome ne we na se for na Ghana for etutia no 2016 no na me dem me ya analysis me say Yakupon protect JM man because ewu me hu akutia ne ade na like Ghana ewo president you reducing it to nothing at the time my point and now a family no the second coming was a good redemption oh so far back to when him mistake the same as Donald Trump mistake be a way and you might be anka you wish you wouldn't have done to see ana wabano inka correcting in big legacy with a men tier party full soldiers and your money be no can call you are now a statesman. You want to leave some good legacy, some good record, and son of wako. And today I am a said, Dampare with all the goodwill Ghanaians felt to say the man was changing the police setup anyway near the supporters in here yen no the same thing CJ so by yen no muye meme.
Hello, council. Oh, council internet here. Na tete pa minim baby a council. akwa share na internet no yes sir. So let me read your friend saying some of the comments no ankasa say executive order to remove EC ana but when executive order constitution ankasa yenye executive order nti president nka ho executive order ya asem a president beka ye be no law and executive order nti yenye executive order we is a petition Omatro petition the abre president say ABCD nti ECJ OSP free ho president to me nka ho hwe was so to me the ma committee ba for the akoma CJ bet committee no ma hwe say petition na nkofo atwere no e anansem anase nsem wom ebetimi aye questionable against empanifo no omo establish ya eno na ebetimi their starting process to remove EC no nti enye executive order ankasa. So that is your answer right there. Does it see removing key officials whenever a new government ba power no and yet why a democracy in president mama memmo be in kwasho kutupa na nkoye sa ade no Rome answer o see if ya and this if oni nyina the different account omu nyina dey hwe nti ye study e wo ho ne Philip and some akwa say is it the chief justice or the attorney general's office in patro chief justice na ye no no ye ni dada we easy asem na ye ka no but ye the document never forward to CJ on be forward akoma CJ fufuro ho no be ye petition no ho adwuma kaza ma me so network no as ye
aba minim say team we then mafia me o
yes
ana minim say Philip nem for the woman to me mafia me because see am yeah bodies and this a team here na mafia me o munya me
omo ya se na obi kwa ko twa adwan nti e bia na no na work na
asemo o be de oh nti ye no bi no no ye go Ghana o ye sorry Ghana what me I say ya dwindwin nyina say Ghana betumpon ye man ka China say Chinese phone baby o mo nan nam no wu so mutumi da 1 minute kura wo mabra buma Burkina man no onkasa o sorry anapa o dwin ho kwan a Burkina e be ko nanim but who ba Ghana ha e so ye DC for ye say MPP for ye say we are say na ye supporters na edwuma kura ye nya bi nya na e say ye chechire ye leaders ye mo create jobs ni we no ye so kura no ye ide mentumi nka wo enye nka me kan bi frame kura ye kabe make a abrochi bloggers here the fu be the firm koye but me kan enye ye na ye supporters no and rather ye support your leaders munye omo say na ye ni age ye ni chi ye na kosi sen then we come back to our state of poverty our state of unemployment and you go so every day ye MPP ye NDC ni appoint we ya saki we is a fear sa na go so but me no CJ time no na me use we fidie the page TV3 was the last day me call no so me gina so panic so me sre no boni bia nka away toko no aye no on fan channel I mean because I for instance me bomb pa man say the second coming no obe leave good legacy nti me ko gina be in defend say the second term no Osaki CJ what me I say because the supporters and his parties wanted her sack.
okay
Enti nka ehonu so because me pass if you are ever easy one. Do you get it?
oh okay
Just
you know
before you see the ever and from nowhere. Martin people so started Kisia Jabendi OSP dey so buy. And away they say I provide transform and up on come as a day. And yes, I there say started back with the job back one. A better and I am from you na mboma at one. This is fear. Epasana. Now the main thing Ghanaian senior GDA omuma uba second coming no. That is not what you are fulfilling no. Rather no party full soldiers na. Eya obi show what me I say. Eya obi show say they want you to retaliate. Wow. Or fight their fight for them no. I don't know also like we are all saying JM is a gentleman. Wow. No matter the situation, the pass a Philip Cassan or let's say, Bonia, we you get it. The same way MPP for so let's say Bonia Charlotte or say, no way at the time. But Ghanaians were saying, no, Nanado, don't do that. If you do that, you will go down in history as the first person who removed the EC. So Nanado, don't do. I'm telling you, you were as if you're not who defend it, say Bakono first one or an EC first one. Afarijan. May catch low. Charlotte say anyway, mono, who attempted the Afarijan. MPP did not attempt, later no, at 10 a.m. no, and this two did not attempt, oh no, I no say masa me pay me baby he even had opportunity to stay, but also that I mean, which means he's seat, you know, enough from now. It's a I'm telling you on authority again, who's I follow issues all throughout 2020. Ena mami otetia omona so ena ashe omumu sa up to now unim mami ya no was angel in 2024 sir MPP for now moving say me yo omobede no this time no make sure omo nyansa I'll show them pepper on my MPP for showdown. This is the first time in history you see I preside over incumbency one government in power. We lose overwhelmingly. Did you get it? MPP was in power.
So Charlotte says was by the government, but
what I mean, overwhelmingly, percentage-wise, you know, and for your presidential, overwhelmingly, no emphasis on the parliamentary.
Okay.
Parliamentary now, you feel say, Ochinchimi Bimunsa, we anyway, no. About 2024, no. The same way, Jan Yamesano presided over election. Emma MPP performed worse in their history. Are you getting my point? Me no meaning pa. Be shame them ya no na say mami we. E bia osuo se nkofo ba obeyi no. What me I say? To we mu kan bibia kra ontie. O ka ya blekuma ne we ne na asefo ni na ya na watwe no. Oso mu amu nkoko mu fight. Munye we ne munye we. The main thing in Ankasa was 2020 now. Well, collation be amber data no because where the omo bar. Well, let us see a train way. And Ghanaians were also putting.
Council perception. Obi me and found credible evidence. Be ambassador 2020 no. James said we my MPP. There was no evidence.
Well, but when we are going to create we what me I say? And America say, we share on record that me. Yeji MPP fighting NDC fighting MPP now. I will tell you on authority say, some army winning a pan for no. All politics aside. Omo easy no omo buy no omo change no baby. This is the first time you don't have to queue for hours. What me I say? And so now wait me I cast your vote. By 2 o'clock, 3 p.m. Almost all polling stations no. There is no polling station basa we ebe koswa obi betumi de nsense no bo say easy for na yes we. Are you getting my point? But because of the skirmishes that happened in 2020 NDC so bano omo de ahye obutrimu dada say MPP Charlotte Osai went. The same Charlotte Osai anti-fear will show so we condemn. But was that time you know na NDC for air boy so but see no more the abano many wa ya they are not tum echina omba so pay well say at end omuko yi we ya support you meanwhile ba ko ne ba ya no ya support Nanado. You see the point? Yes say like I'm saying, if we want to see every issue in the telescope or periscope of MPP NDC, we as a people, no, we should forget developing Ghana anytime soon. Ghana am because
advice President Mahama Senka we ma on so
what is petition? Petition is what? And then one or mistake in you. Ministers or my ya appoint you almost CCI. Mistake or my lawyer. MPs, you know, MPs, you know, mistake paper will be within 1 year. a day, Bonina Yabeka said, easy were committed because it's a new era. Then Bonnie and Yabeka were committed.
No, but that's one petition because one of the petition they went to
Mamma,
the buy. No. He was saying say BVDs no mokotoye no. He raised issues about the BVDs. But a chair no who BVDs ni bi wa Madina ho babe no mo force ono onim ho bi no mo di akosie. He denied it, but because no more I say there was also a preconceived notion we say onim. Maybe there was an attempt to use the BVDs no mo who Madina to rig elections, you know. Omo man interdiction. It is a bit personal. Me read it on me say a personal kakra. Say
I have just stated to say when I am an appointment or call by Inano, you will not falter along the line. There are 275 constituencies. So are we now justifying and say allegations now? MPP force the man shall say those times I say we did bonio, woman in say, you know. Are we now saying say Nanado was also right to have sat on the petition? All we are saying is say we are human beings. In your PPR, na yebeka say we na wa point way. Into way back. Me so me you know me family ni pambra. Are you getting it? Because president na yes said you know Nanado has made a mistake. Do you get it? Ghanaians talk about it. We crucify him. Now President J.M. Abba or a gentleman. What me I say? Are we Ghanaians encouraging him to also follow in the footsteps of Nanado? Nyoma bi Nanado yeah. Yeah, now you condemning said, wrong, no. Are we also encouraging JM so also repeating the same thing, Anna? And what will happen if in future, senior member, if in future MPP also comes to power again? Are we encouraging them say appointment JM Nino Onosumra no mesaki or Munina? That is what we are saying. Say it is wrong. What the funny said with the money. What do me I say? With the money, they are also human beings because the bank with the money we are sepano. This independent bodies, you know, main Kamakas on back for heaven first. Actually, political appointees. It's if I can tell you on authority. What do me I say? Ministers and MPs in the way anyone and Asifono. May make us say sometimes chief executive for no having gate in the beer on back the first batch. Actually, ministers and any MPs, you know. Obia kono mistakes. What me I say? But we don't say for political expedience in tea. Yankofa boni ba ku ana mienu na nipa no waye. Meanwhile, nipa so waye papa be 100. I have just stated to say, this woman has presided over election. Anka yisi dear to send a young other countries, you know. Yisi dear, yes, to Misha Kukum, a change figures in a year near my to me crab announcement. Nipa will favor no. And you do it and then you go. But all the way from parliamentary polling stations to presidential and winning as a phone. What do you mean presiding over elections? Emma, a favor NDC for. And the funny say,
that's the accusation. Also,
Nyoma papa be 100 now. Why you know? Because we call fidgety on one anyway. In the end, as a favor, I want because of fidgety in intake. The bonnet or 2020 no. I can't say it. You know, the focus is not on the personality. You talk on it. My eyes was not on Tokonu. My eyes were not on Dampare. But it's about the president, you know, the office of IGP now. Anybody can bring petition. Anybody can just bring allegations, and then the president will act. And no, I mean, I am way.
First and foremost, the constitution must go.
Exactly.
I think lawyer just see you but the way no or chiani kakra. Because as lawyer, when him say crime has no expiring date, only one.
Oh,
now, yes, and two. What can I say? Now say you see, I say focus on development and normal.
There be over crime now,
Exactly.
kind of. Why establish say, "Mammy, no OSP and any of the people are committing crime." And
What I tell me, I make sure say also can say why papa na 2020 election. I say would just to so your bonnet. But right now, no,
No, but I think in terms of clerical or administrative errors, no,
and I'm a person
I say, Brabo be a bonuma, a bata home. A bonuma bonny near sacrificing my mina, and I say,
oh, David, sister Fia, lawyer Akasem, no, cancer be an amenia, Japan, we have to talk about development. Say, Bema, a minor acronym. But right now, no, so say, you strengthen institutions now. What you say, no matter ever coaching. And then our GM Oban, as someone no can say, raise certain agenda. Is that we are now to Ghana. Now you're quarter. Who to meet according to meet them to make us 5-0. Everybody 5-0.
Unanimous FC, one I'm going to buy in any case.
Yeah.
At two force in case, near the same court to Korea, I'm from unanimous FC. We are at the force in case.
W, at the force was Yamina to charge and buy. Obia, what on the end now? Since the Federation Nani say, you per se set example, Papa. Say, because then they say, ye Chief Justice. Young Yakofa Obia, President Kofod and the buyer. You are fine this in you. So I will be a money Naja to some open. And then say, minimum say, you see, Mamma, on until say, obedi terminal, obi enemy fit. Say, almost determine no for now to us in Juma. See, they are not lawyer, I can. One in Juma, because you percent a legacy. Papa, no, me, I'm telling you, say, no matter what it is, only this Shannon and the Cassa. GM now you who maybe 2016, 2015.
Yes.
What
But the
you
boys the boys
the boys because I man penny. Lawyer, no man papa in the history of Ghana, close to 1 year, you one single scandal. So sir, you scandal back because no or two obiafo. Akachi obia says sebe. Was that power na bema obi nani and I say mle do say the fear you bought anamo papa tell me ameka say dey me catch now GM any or can go form your politics ofeli ene me major politics here now who the politics no is all about selfish interest because right now no mabunu ebre sister fear you say na sebe obi so or call security agency or call you know akwu and when you say you who say any game I say ma equal opportunity. In the GM, the attempt to mechanic say, no more here, what $80 so, and then while I go school, free SHS, what she mukana MP before I say, or so Ben review or so became over so German. And while I need dear and papa, on a year, what you say, appointees and our appointee or yes, Strom, Ghana, and yes, about real estate. It's not about buying cars, it's about our people. Yama more in class and Indian papa. Yenya papa namso and they say be Kumasi Express Road. Fine, fantastic. Yeah, we are via Virginia. Virginia, and out to me purpose of Oko baby about 10 minutes. Out to me for Express Road now near Juska. What you say? That's what they say on my opinion. Your bumpers on ye. Because then right now, no lawyer. Minimum walk say you open Ghana because Okasem
what Ghana homo na me wie na mabo abaso you will start your prayer mono but we also join Ghana youth no papa and development entipesro na campesa wo join me na JM ya bua no ja legacy papa because
Jam legacy
yeah but propo mienu na e kono dampare wo say sia omode yo honu e compare dampare. We don't want them to start the comparison. Mienu na kono ye nkai no JM on protected. Why?
Yeah. It's the fear my kind of say going forward, no. Me political equalization. Say, say point. Intimamu no. What you say? Okay. Say, determine say just minor are there. My mom no. Yeah, share institution ekena. Say they are open okay, but me the OSP are seminal. And I make say you sika the finance minister na ene se bi ukọ mukro asengregwa ukọ musia so ukọ bleman na se bi emoa ne nimpa enu musuo na ohon de ene meka ne se bi adwuma bi ankoso ye wo ho sister Fia because in the history of Ghana finance minister bia etina Ghana what you say but then buy ah the over be yin semano se bi it is alleged onya kronfo unye bibia o de brand be yin semano what you say because the Fia ye brain sika e shaman for butum sika e wo manfo se bi empase etumi boam Ghana mabunu e boam Ghana mabunu te bia
The OSP the also say why slow in the prosecution.
wonder why you slow and that's the truth because right now no according to Yewura Martin Pegu also track or all the institution say OSP grant your letter crown mine na say entro be the air cost because right now no say you set a good example this new appointees no be so baba owi na so obon ketem to no abetra America onwe ya say you say ade ni bi yet to about for development yet to about say mabunu benya sebe adwuma ye
Now I'm reminding OFC say be a person prosecuting not just say most suspects say merry go round OSP
and then they sound makachiro the last 2 weeks we know share makachiro say it's not about say ube so camera so what you say minim say nanado edisika ehyiemu ye I can't remember one of the nanado budget odisika ehyiemu ye ene kosi say
Yeah.
what you say mama ohun ya say man yes be a festival what you say no we need say a trap for development and dollar atete so yepe and no edu baby a say be ohun say na ye benya kwan ye see hospitals and nkwala tim bia meka say ye teacher ni ma kira there is the fear hwe say nkwala efeli na bugusa mu say e ba na say then e koso enti na lawyer mpache campaign no ba join no ye nyina ye mlem as oman yenhwe the way for the
That is
yenhwe
fine.
how are you betuma boa Ghana mabunu
That is fine.
how we betuma boa the president
Oh,
yenhwe how we betuma boa
one
the executive
for so long a time when you be a war by one, wait to me a fight Yamagana youth. One say Ejumano, who bompa sign Kajuma Pana JM starting. Ghana youth for Nibri, Ebenya Biedi. Now,
that is
me
it
bompa amount. Me bompa amount, so they be a whole analysis. Name focus on a honor more, send a bear youth. Uncroft there, politics, edit Musa, Bibia, politics. And the man, young to me, oh, and the Obiaka is a fiancé, and then Miss Oriana pay. May there be a me bonfire, Mao, is a fear. Miss Ghana, yeah, MPP, and this is Sama. This is a woman journalist or Baba Kokra say, or Solena wire political show.
Obi ejai.
Oh,
The
current
last man
affairs too.
oja Araba kumsi ojai kwatene. So
Hey,
ejai.
and it's so sad. It's
It
so
is.
sad. And Meno, maybe can't want to fear shows to say, I was so happy. Uncle DJ Martens were cover who make a deaba, Burkina Faso president. Now I'm say, hey, president here, we be see why you be a why cool or bagana, ye na body no so. Am I JM plus? Because I think I'm born a pastor Santi and him say, Ghana be 2 minutes say Burkina Pepe. Because so far Africa no Burkina standard. Oh, it is a ya by say yes, I cheap. Yeah, by MPP, NDC,
oh they
MPP,
on
NDC. Now you feel say JM no, yeah, 10 marks. Wow. It is NDC about supporters no. Yes, Romo. Muma JM focus on development now. We see it to person or yen. Now, in your manner, Nanado Bayeno, Umbiti Nanado. What me I say? Never be a Nanado Bayeno, Umbitino, on set standard. This is what I want to do and achieve. Seminar Fiswa. Did the attempt no would it meaning na akatani na so Cecilia will be recognized as one of the best president in Ghana. Yeah, you for your sorry, this is all our thinking. Oh, but you create more fights. Now, we for instance, talk on here or say, also our supporters kakrao. And to one no supporting no, they will not support them. What me I say? Up the same way, ECR was
winning before na fenyo market because some amena hono fi.
yes, a whole line of it. Now even Accra, even judicial setup, no, honestly, on Crawford or pay on one maybe or 1 or 2 development and Crawford energy home. What me I say? Yes, I can say no. Omo page my seminar because way of politics. Into the way they respect you, they also respect it. The same way you see for so if you so budget and so way. But the irony is that it was Ambria who was MPP for defend you. Do you get it? International BBA by ya reduce BBA into NDC and MPP. Then chipping the essence of the whole thing.
Because I am court baby because when you establish say when the problems here okay say you change the constitution because the excuse be as when the president has the power say answer some constitution best say democracy na one kata one may that say any democracy na you a political party
exactly anything I don't know your case is your governance system this way chocolate name because who difference be executive, legislature, judiciary. There's government of the day. The same way you blaming another next time. Say executive, or person ye be or quarter. The way a judgment pen on saka. Executive, or person ye be or parliamentar. They all pen on saka. Are you getting it? The same way another party suba. The same perception. Executive, or PBB, our government ma obey, or PBB, our quarter, the sabeka, or PBB, our parliamentar. It is not until we change some of these things. Now, you practice democracy. Because democracy without checks and balances, very weak.
Yeah.
Democracy executive to me decide this my way, and nobody can check them. And democracy. Do you get it? Yeah, copy from America and UK, but who go at least Donald Trump, your baby piano, I thought they be almost me checking. You get it? Or one limit, if you want to mean yet. By baby, I have 4 years, I have done it, be 3 in 1, dear. MY and then here, and I'm so happy to say
governance, no. I done it this way chocolate drink, no. That make I say me
exactly because I have about 3 in 1.
Yeah.
It's your share.
Philip Kaya about OSP, and he said almost suspected the OSP na Shadani can operate a merry go round. What do you do you see that a merry go round on any
and Philip Archer said on your political or doing Ghana home fine. And to me, person mentioning the Benya fight. Into the OSP na my quiet. But me can't be na fine yesterday. Sir Philip Kaya, just few months ago, and if you are not the irony of it too, last year. Now, away, Kisia Jabe, no, NDC darling boy. No, NDC, I'm watching the sitting because now, Wabaya Bagabon, one another, Abam. Kisia Jabe, this same Kisia Jabe was fighting another. This same Kisia Jabe was fighting. Kenoforiata ya Kenoforiata ya. He said that was fighting him. But that time, now you share this atari and now you need Kisi more fire. Because also no names also here is CDAB. Now, or suspected said they will be changing government. And then they satisfy and for them because Baumiano Mendin is on Matuamano. And to me call NDC side. No, your body as well. Oh, yes, Uncle Muyino. What me I say? And he has been a darling boy of the NDC all this period. Neboni also why is here and said they wanted the trial to go on. Well, as fast as possible. And also no all kind way. Unless maybe you will be to indict himself or share that and ma kind of for that koya. Sometimes also no. Now you need new president to time we call. But I can say on authority say from last year June. Upia Google OSP Waman and Adone can for and
yeah.
Nti ye be bisa ye ho question. E den na ba ya na ye boje ne so. Nti obi
Okay.
a wo fi say what said that? Do you think say at that time no be fight nipa na na? Na sisi ya mo na aban ni so no. Ah, wait a minute. And if you I'm holding brief for anybody, you know, like we said, we want JM to concentrate on the development. Now we are coming up because you see, it's so ironic. The same issue now they blaming on OSP. Every 1 minute to be no yeah press conference. Munkochi for that camera. Medina to blacklist. Anna Yankai Sanyo Manina.
Yes.
He was bold. He was bold to put Operator on
Now
blacklist.
where's the settings?
And
No, I had a hey, you any mass, no. You any mass. I know it. Oya press conference now. I am on him.
W
O taking it too personal.
W
O taking it too personal.
Operator, Obachina, and Coachino. And for the
Sabi, I didn't call court. I didn't call court. And Omu Didi Kisia Jamiatem, MPP for Kenofoyata and the family and the lawyers. Omu Didi Kisia Jamiatem. Ope Amumi and Kosha or record, no so. Are you getting it? So all
Yeah.
I'm trying to say is and yet then piana, we have to bring in the political element. Yes, Anna. We chipping a whole lot of things. No, Obia Papa etchina be a tremukoana, Memphis and Dura be a tremukonokrana. Because Yaka said this is how we want it. The two of you spoke about, if you are one in Philippines, you spoke about Obama and famous ways that we should
Yeah.
strengthen our institutions.
Yeah.
If you said, Money Bonikrana, Yemfa ways and means that you better correct Boneno. We can even suspend him or do some other different thing. And now you better change it. Says, see, an attorney general in them prosecute Canoforata. Yen fee kissing in some OSP. Now you're farmer attorney general to continue with the prosecution rather than chinchina. Wow, chinchina, yeah, force. The person is also in US. Ah, you say, kissing, I can never finishing the cry. Do you get my point? This is a Minjama Philip Nontrias from there.
Okay. Philip, I think the council can also say, just a shada. I think that's what you want to say. Say from every intent and purposes, was shada. I say, if you are finding over you need to be prosecuted. Why the remover are all supporting you know?
so one say this the fear. I don't know where you know can say be say I to say Adanko Dada Bre. Initially, now you rekisi na hon keka wo soro. No two ways about that.
Okay.
This the fear o man na ye teacher no ye ni ensa obi bia.
Okay.
What you say? But ye ni san ye say omo a omo abo oman no kro no ye susu say omo abo oman no kro no. Ama emutimamfo ebre. If me also me ka say nyina akoye te say Ghana mabunu. Because yene akonya say yetu kwan no. Say ye hwe a day omo frɛ ye ebusa ye even 100 Ghana cedis a. No busa won say how. Enti no ye ni yesusu say yesusu say nipa na dibone a yemfa mna kwan so na nipa na bra. Enye say di nipa no kotum na ye de o. Sika na na Ghana japade no yenti yemfa mo oman no na say bi omo so mo hia mo yemfa ko omo.
Okay.
What you say? Because initially no, we share speed be step 3. By yen so we about this time go to be step 10. Now for the was I active which by step 1 there. Step 7. I say you know I entiase. Oh, you know, the year can in say we are not against anybody. See they are not lawyer can you say John Dramani Mahama and then up NDC. SOCD no mutual legacy. And step here me they appeal be at all.
Okay.
Ghana mabunu na me sre amo me jiro ma na mu omo mato police omo mato soldier omo mato immigration omo mato prisons ye pomacho ye omo equal opportunity protocol net draws is the fear me cast asking way as Ghana nipa what a nipa from western region I to say ye ma other because it's the fear ne binu mo ho a omo ne anidase wo ba bia o
Yeah.
ne papa bi ni abam ne na bi ni abam no ofa bi ni abam and they say ya ma san kwala opportunity a sebe ye tete nkwala bi a sebe kira mbaba be fa etuo e de atoaye enti we no me ye ade bi se bi a ye no based on merit minim say just ended Saturday omo ko throw exams enya fe na orders from above nipa na pass ya wa pass as part of the resetting agenda no oman panyi ni tirimupo eye say Ghana nya this year bia no ebenya equal opportunity is the fear we dey mensa adam sayem me kacha kire mpanyifo mo kan bi ewom say sebe mapunu no omo nkurase omo ni mo bia ho is the fear ye ne ase bi omo yakonya ye kasa magana 40 and omo prayer right now
because system now limited. Our protocol not jabo, so yeah.
Into the already sub ye nim nyansa sen bayimfo no we humble appeal and the air can be say it's a few ambassador that come here western region title the three I'm in feast. I'm talking about I'm in feast central,
east and west.
Yes, because yeah no so sabi it's the fear ye nim say ye chechire o mind there ye do ba bi yesusu say ye so ya kemu kakra baby me free me ba am few west titru unim say asat now dey me no kan say okọ am few west asembegwaye ni kuro kese a ye ne government hospital ho ye ni
I was say yeah the council they can win it by central regions. They say central region interbeting the ho. I think you can do like a regional breakdown.
That is it.
If you more be to say Ashanti region cry of not no resources near their problem.
Yeah. What you say?
Western, whatever central region cry there, western region cry there, me personal interest in western region because one of the most deprived regions in Ghana, western region. I can't say, oh no, 3 northern regions near there, they say cry there 5. No here, central region, and I but western region, look at the resources we get from there. How much of that in a pumping region? So
yes,
and maybe a statistical service will publish it in terms of contribution to tax net. No, so Ghana, you tax 90% if you get a crowd. It's a lie.
Yeah.
It's a lie because the what you say? Resources in few regions in you bet you have taxes in Accra. And it's all your calculation. I bet you say regions being first come back. Because cocoa cry the cocoa besi Accra, I bet you our cry. It's a cocoa house, cocoa clinic. It doesn't go to the regions.
That is it.
And the Philip can a true say. Mpenifo can see omu in free regions no when you advantage higher politics. Will be a shadan kasa for the regions. Cannot see down Accra. No, I'm forgetting regions.
Since the Vienna make a say, Manya Kunya at to pine. If you are the America. Intimate me, yes, and 1992 politics. Because I say a Chine Mapun Ghana this year. If you are me, my coach, I will cross it down. In so Emuna, I say a pond school. Say about 8 a.m. About 9 a.m. But I didn't say Bassa. Matra baby, I said, a morning in Pan so. And we are say Bassa. We are Ghana for. And this Semenya Punya said, Macasama NDC. Me clama NDC MPP. I want to about for
Yamisha.
And next week, Mommy emphasize regions, no regions.
Takwa for any better no. Then what fight and it's a fear also that is our fight to my winning back. And then I'm a few about it's not so for winning crew. Make all Takwa. Okay, so Takwa, it's not. Make your own call for amount. Make your amount.
Takwa, just say. Oko takwa unze takwa crack aboso glass factory unze factory ni si o me nas bi me ko
want to check is the want to check me now I want to check me now
me ko ho me si me ko ho me ko glass factory ho na me gina abontem say awurade se factory we senke yetumi ye mpo onim say the last time I check Toma Togo ni papa Gil Chris Olympio and I want to me anye because just I say I the factory crank be create jobs for Pristia takwa area ho aboso eduma bi ni o question kese yeso omo mind omo veni kese nkwa na omo ye kese nkwa na oni ekum kofo oni boy we are no better yes when your kidney when your cancer chemicals no it's killing them into regions so there is a conversation we need to have it regions ni nyina adumani regions no na kramponi na regions no Akra mponi yesu yo na regions
Because of the this way chocolate drink kind of governance uko parliament ufita kwa as an MP ma unkasa wo ho ubehu Mahama ya ga nkwa na ekasa ubehu afenyoma ken kwa na ekasa enti se ufi
no, I think he's hinting on a point. Toku,
asama America no
prominence.
yes yes
For attention,
wow.
MPs not moving crossing, but
Exactly.
there must be maybe like a special every week. Be a
Yes.
special session for MPs in rural areas to highlight problems.
Exactly.
So
A plus. What's it? One ginger and the slogan no cry then. Say winning by A plus no constituency. Or say or quite developing the chrome. And don't you know more two man no. But you see our parliament. Once a casa cry, man a chance no cry man na casa. It is because of the way our politics no yayan wagana. It is Uber then we fight our Western region. Ubeda a fight ama Savulugu Nanton. Ubeda a fight ama Wale for. And we the same citizen, we come and we blame our MPs say MP National Parliament 4 years. Yantena no kasa krada. Meanwhile, the same MPP, the same NDC, omo kasa. They will tell you say, oh yeah, oh yeah, backbencher. We won't allow you to talk. Yeah, said. The MPs are not there on political ticket. Say, MPP and NDC they work for parliament. Darby, you are representing your constituency. Oh, so why do we even have to make law? Say, who got to about? Just say, Ujina in the name of MPP and NDC and San work for parliament. Meanwhile, Takwa Fuono, they belong to MPP. They belong to NDC, but they want somebody to represent them from Takwa.
Exactly.
In parliament. But when you do parliament, you say, hey, yeah, majority leader is in charge. Minority leader is in charge. And that is why those in Tripoli. Hello.
The lawyer can you see in ba or to say right now, I think so 2-4. Nancy 2-4 Nana Okanso or Kasembi. Mama politicians means to lose to election. What you say? And opening horse is the fear because of say or the honor you say or honor in the office. And you know, on to me kasa e ma olusu, but is the fear to be America. So when you say Japan and now share cramba so be na also.
Politicians don't share and drains out.
I am telling you, sister Bia, you're America. Me nam papa so. Me from a papa. And some of your politics were. Me say we do baby a who say police agina. Ada ya aboa de twam. Omo dua mo.
Yeah.
But you know what say na me. And the case high camera.
Oh God have mercy.
What is the best of whom me say to the Bia, who be me say me call you me 5 minutes late.
Yeah.
Ade come Ghana baka say doko double nenema.
Yeah.
No omonya time na police agina. So wow. Or maybe gina boa ho. But ene yenuano ma e bodwaman sebe. Yenuano mema e no bread. Ene yenuano no ma ensem fata. This the fear. Onu bi na ane yamu binom. Omo yakonya yenya ye pese e ka chire tumi. E ka chire sebe Ghana be for say. Mekunu no ewo e chama no aye ne betima nan. But some more me o fi opportunity a. It's the better na betima aye.
No near say one.
What I say? I think I tap for him. I said, you go for him. Andy, me no hear me. Me chia be brave. One message.
No, in fact, what's in region there? Anya ho takwamponi ade ye. Ba baby ayi.
I said, go fine.
Say she be fine.
Some boy. I want to make an say be fine. Oh yeah, it's a we need 7. On it there, His Excellency. Minim say o boduma utie me. Yes, throw power there, Nana. Udiemu. What I say? It's a very amazing.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, the council man from homophobia, Mr. Hinson, but person from Dadunumba case all the way to CJ OSP. any easy boss on person mu yi or mu free
And
home
then my young now. No, much me a fire more. Why? Yeah, that's it, every. Never sense here. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's it,
Bye.
papa. Nyankopon sha papa, Mr. Tokyo, that's it. He said them. Also, if your caption, no, it's not a question. Why put a question mark at the end? Some of these things contributed to the unprecedented failure in the Wasi. Journalism, you might there. You know, anything that should get you, a friend a bait, to get you to watch. Now also, what for me, one cast decision. And yeah, yeah, be decide yeah, there a question out there whether President Nkrofo, what the process is. Is there a foundation, a basis for the removal of Sankrofo na what I say? You claim for says you and I say, please don't forget, say Amasia West District. If you are also a deprived area, in fact, Amasia Central crowd they deprive more. The whole Amasia Central District or quota 1 kilometer, and so Amasia Central moto 85% MPP. And so MPP by 80 na quota 1 kilometer krano. Oma nye bi ama omo. Ntu so betimi afre now so I join whether was support here na. Rufa I say Philip, you appeal to security recruitment system no just because omo deny me so on so say on so sa protocol you okay so on so omo deny no man fa no. Nti Philip appeal now we na ye pa say ye moa. Oche say it was settings pa OSP settings so aya so kochi oforiata na nye na adwene so person ochi oforiata settings enti na yes and to support sem nkofo se yi na ye no because ohun adwuma bia OSP wo Ghana JB Sylvester say the killing in Ghana what is all this resettings about enti no eno so mpanifo mo mani nko honum say mo ye resetting dia ni pekunkuma ekoso Ghana eni ade ni nyina omonye white angel say if ya JNDC no mo ba no mo yi nkofo ayen so du ye so a ono ne MPP for so omo so mbe yi omo nkrofo ni nyina mbe ba beto omo no wo power ama omo so ahu said the ensem no ekono Nuni or say I think the independent board should be selected na say independent board no and by appointing nkofo to say chief justice IGP etc na ejama politicians they are there ko dey ombe say niema amaye de bia we ba obepa pe bibi no yi we fi ho we suba obepa pe bibi no yi we fi ho and this is not helpful to Ghana democracy no reku bro be say ayaba na dey twa salute ma pa tokuwa ya de representing all of us anka say we are turning independent offices into political positions and also Ghana can call any Ghana development because Ghana deserves better than the air cosono. Frederick, because if you say Odobroni ne that number ne na yire mam se wa case you so one of the parties the fake certificate and the back court na ka say fake say extract and or they call back which means any original. It was like a copy of the original one. No? Stephen Tufwana say I think Odobroni deserves to do the kuna but she's supposed to show respect to Akosia Sewa. No na kofa we nyina no e dia ba wo nye wo na beka. Say the court na decide ewie. Into whatever you think no is immaterial. The court na ka no e na be ye adwuma. Oti ase ha. Enti no yenko yenim. Boskin o say if ya the question beka fa mama say wa na bi wo wonom so a wo chia no nye no krese mama no say ojai ni kunu. O deny asem no also when Jani Kuno 100%. Alex Amwako, so nobody has invited okay. Alex Amwako so be na DD attempt no akeka na adwa chese wuntie vim lady amenti no enyo force. Yeah, e betie pa antino. And also ne de no good evening to you so. Felix Kwabena Jumo Osefia okay. Change the okay. I'll see if you have your own prosecution. I know you can forget it, but president they also Obama and Kofo Obe forward a petition now command penny for my establish case against CJ ni adia obeye obeye. It's Mame Osa I'm so fire obi one Julie Belinda okay you mate. Yeah, Moody attempt they attending the Matia Timuya. It doesn't do anything to me until I just scroll and scroll the Okanyas assembly, then I just read the person's comment. Clifford Che, good evening, Clifford. So I say if you Mr. T say meet you from beginning, no good job. And One penifoni nyina ba be no Joe or see if your greetings why. Now when are you going to talk about Ghana's security problem? In fact, last week now see I come about security problem because it you to any ni pekum cause chese even boku issue is crazy. I was see I come asem last week Mr. Paul Boateng, we'll move that to Wednesday. Abraham Thompson say what kind okay Abraham you are this insulting so skip okay Julie dey no put a fair comment just topic no Mahama nka so yi CJ bi anti change topic no okay fair enough or also I know dey any insult nti question and o waka no okay Ebra okay one so di attempt so skip mamu di attempt na skip upa no akwa be com center na wakodi attempt mo no ma they will not give you attention biasa I'll be very disappointed where your captain Cope Nichols. I'll be very disappointed in President Mahama. So go ahead now to push this petition now for the removal of Jemensa any OSP now. Yeah, my institutions be enye ejuma. Facebook is here if you or somebody the same energy. Eka Charlotte say remove and no the same energy in so go and do your homework and go and watch those videos now and all the way from my days or I don't homework number. The videos are all there. You can go and watch it. Jason Akodi and say good evening. Politicians will if politicians will listen to advice, but they won't listen. They only listen when they are in opposition. But what power na pa there? So what can you say? Machi no betie no dey adwuma no be so ontie. Eno na magana ba besi as say no. Enti no. Enti one tie so there na eduru one ma wa when politicians always learn their lessons the and you know any asem no Rufai say I think JM is failing the security side and yema Kenya JM is doing fantastic by banning security and what I think respectfully President Mahama fail abusafo my emphasis anum say but Wednesday now you starting in term joining term na also of you to be now the abani afire ma your friend vim lady na seda kese nkoma high life radio aseda so nko emma your friend saying Naspa radio, Kings Jersey radio, than for media mo peke said by betting me a corner in idea. Mr. Akawama and Tem enti but the basic say I think your time pass one. Okay, Mr. Aka, just do your brief because when you're banty. Mr. Aka, yet you. Mr. Aka, yet you but yet you
Yo, mitio de bia bat in same me say mitio tem bia bat me say am be se be baso ya amafo ni me hello okay me say mitio de bia ba wa ya de nyame israel ani nsem abocho nyina na mbuza NDC ni se ma me no a NDC ni maslok sika no a wo wie no a ya man je no a ono akwasha America wono enso mo kan ho asem say onko fa mra ni ehu de on so aye so so dis kan bi Ghana skana bi Ghana hia skara ya de enti en fa na mra why papa bi kan bi ohene bi kan asem bi na asem o kan no kre o say obi a wote so bia ye hu so mo bok ba mo mu fi so ko wi a ani ehu so mo bokro no e say NDC for e say obi a nya hwe o ba MPP for free so ni ehu so MPP for no bokro no enti NDC for de so mo mokro no na mo mu fi so ko ani be hu masoro ko ni ba no mo ko fa na mra why e twa wo mo adwuma de Mahama de obeye adwuma de bon pa ya so onye because Ghana no we ni amaye enti no oba no omkofa na mra onso onye Ghana ni nche obi a ana oja kwasha America ana muka se ayi kan ofurata bi na kwasha America obi a o se wayare enti yare so ye de sere na oba na wonyare na odwa na kwa ne so enti emo modeni en for oba na mra why afia me da se nyame nka ho na adwuma pa o ye
yo Mr. Aka so mkofa baba I think the last time we AG Attorney General ka say omo ya arrangement omo kofa ma me na ba enti let's hope say ampa say the Attorney General ka no the neighbor because me kai pass Attorney General Dr. Yini say my arrangement kofa ma me na ba nti ye hwe sampa say de ne beba and I say eno so ebekwa position we'll see how that will play out when it happens nti mama na Wednesday another show on Wednesday biem nti ye na mo asese mo join here on Jasu media yakopon ya adoma ye be share biem Wednesday nti thank you and good night aseda kese nkwa mama ka obi say this has been okay 101.7 FM. So Wednesday, the animal banter Michael, we will see you on Wednesday. 1 month, we'll see you on Wednesday. Nyampa. Why? Thank you so much. Good night. Good night. Thank you.